Hey guys, this is Troy.
And Alex.
We're two dudes in football recapping Week 11. So the first game of Thanksgiving was the Bears-Lions. The game Andy Dalton may or may not have just taken the starting job back. The game that somehow saved Nagy's job. The game that showed Dan Campbell might just be a hack at a head coach.
I think that Dalton has a good chance now just because of what the Bears do, which is not trust Justin Fields.
And they got to give a reason for Nagy to stick around.
Yeah, so I think Andy Dalton probably does give them the best opportunity to win.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to how bad the NFC is with a 4-7 record, they're literally 2 games out of a playoff spot.
Yeah. But then again, he did just put up 16 against the Lions. So.
And if you didn't watch it, that final drive, the final 2 drives are horrendous. The Lions were driving, then they had 2 penalties get called, and they were at 3rd and 32 again. Then they blew it, and they had to give the Bears the ball back. And the Bears, 8-minute drive to end the game? And they ended it because the Lions, right at the goal line, decided to have back-to-back timeouts to get a penalty. What?
Yeah.
And I mean, I heard someone say, they were going to get called for too many men on the field, but, bro, that's still a 5-yard penalty, but you don't lose the timeout. So why do you call back-to-back timeout?
The Lions.
Man, that was bad. I mean, the 0-16 dream is still alive. Jared Goff's still a bad quarterback. And Nagy, even though the Chicago Bulls fans want Nagy fired, because if you haven't heard, they were down 40 in a game, and instead of chanting about the Bulls, they were just chanting fire Nagy. Another coach that I can't believe is still a head coach is Mike McCarthy.
He's not a good head coach. It was just a bad signing, honestly.
I mean, the Cowboys, you can say when they went to OT, but, a week ago, would you say the Raiders even had a chance against Cowboys?
I saw that guy that was, flipped a coin of, the Raiders' whole season, and it's gone perfect so far, and it had the Raiders beating the Cowboys. So, yeah, basically.
Yeah, running the ball, the Cowboys, they didn't do that good, which is kind of surprising. Dak was good throwing the ball. He had a lot of incompletions, but, he was still good. Derek Carr was...
He did have a lot of people to throw the ball, too. Amari and CeeDee Lamb out.
Yeah, but Michael Gallup had a great game. They lost in OT, and that's back-to-back losses, and, it looks like they're just, it looks like 2016 is an anomaly, and every other year is just what it's always been. They're going to start out really good, and then they're going to have, a huge losing streak where they go, 4 for 5 or something in losses. And it looks like it's happening again. The Bills Saints.
It's not really worth giving a whole lot of time to. The Saints are going to start Taysom Hill this week, finally.
Really?
Yeah.
It took them, way too long. Trevor Siemian.
And the Bills just demolished a bad team.
Yeah, Josh Allen had a really good game. He threw 2 interceptions, but those 2 interceptions are 2 of his 5 incompletions. Aside from those, he had a really good game.
Yeah.
Trevor Siemian, not that guy. Should it surprise anyone? No, but did it? I guess so. The Steelers-Bengals. Okay. I like this. I like this game.
The Bengals absolutely just dismantle Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger looks about as mobile as a cinder block in wet.
He's moving even less than Eli did.
He's looks like a cinder block in cement. He just looks stuck. He has no mobility at all. He's not great at throwing the ball.
He threw 41 times and only had 24 completions.
Yeah, hand the ball off.
Najee Harris had 8 carries the whole game for 23 yards. That's it. That's all they did. I'm gonna say this. If it was any other franchise, Mike Tomlin would have been fired.
Yeah, him and Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll is a good argument too. It's just. Mike Tomlin, the Steelers, they are the Steelers. They don't fire coaches. They kept Chuck Noll way too long. They kept Bill Cowher, a little bit too long, but at least they got a ring out of him. And Tomlin seems to be the next guy they're keeping too long. Joe Mixon had an awesome game. He just demolished the Steelers basically by himself. Steelers, the playoff hopes are going away really fast, especially because the Dolphins are closing in on 500.
Yeah.
They have won, 3 straight now or 4 straight?
3 or 4, something like that.
I mean, they beat the Panthers. Cam had a bad game, and it just reinforces that point, I thought, where they should have started PJ and just had Cam be an inner guy. And also to help my point, if they can get a first-round pick, just one for McCaffrey, in the offseason, they have to do it. This is literally the 3rd time he's gotten a season-ending injury or something like that. I mean, he missed 5 weeks for a hamstring pull. They literally said would cost him 1 week, and then he ended up missing 5. And now he's out for the season again.
Yeah, he's been unreliable. When he's on the field, he doesn't have a 100-yard rushing game in 2 years, so that's concerning. He's still a valuable weapon to them.
He's a great receiving threat of the backfield. I mean, aside from maybe Kamara, he's probably the best receiving back in the league. It's just, if you're not playing, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Saquon. If you're not gonna play, what's the point? But it's just, I mean, it hurts to say, but the Panthers, this all-in season, because it was an all-in season basically. I mean, granted they didn't give up that much because it's just they got lucky on who they were able to trade for. But I mean, you don't get Stephon Gilmore and T.J. Henderson, C.J. Henderson, and you don't re-sign Cam if you don't think you can win. But now they can't win. Now they have a huge question mark at quarterback unless somehow Cam plays really well again next week. I mean, the playbook will be expanding, I guess, so I guess there's hope for Panther Nation. Dolphins, I mean, they won. Beat the Panthers.
They played good.
They played really well. Tua hasn't gotten hurt again yet, which is kind of surprising. But, I mean, yeah. And then 4th place New York Giants are a little closer to not being 4th place.
I mean, a little bit.
I mean, they beat the Eagles because of Jalen Reagor being a double agent.
Both the Jalen's played horrible. The Giants' defense has an interception.
Hey, what do you mean? Jalen Hurts only had a sub 50% completion percentage with 3 interceptions.
He only had a 17 QBR.
I mean, it could have been worse. I mean,
yeah, we dropped an interception on the last drive of the game too. We almost picked him off 4 times. We dropped 2.
Hey, but to be fair, 4 interceptions, you should still be able to win that game. I mean, Lamar Jackson, we'll get to that, but
listen,
the Giants, this is a bad game. I think overall this is a bad game.
It was I enjoyed watching it just because I'm a Giants fan.
And you like watching the Eagles lose.
Yeah, I like watching the Eagles lose. But their offensive lineman was crying after the game. It was so weird, and it's just bad.
I mean, I guess the Eagles thought they were a playoff team or something. All I know though is I feel like there are some people thinking they need to draft a quarterback. No, they don't. They already have a franchise quarterback.
Eagles. I don't know if he can't.
Yeah, they do. Not Hurts. They still got the Gardner Minshew. I mean, hey, in the games he's played, I mean, if you look at the last 3 years and look at all the games he started, he's upper tier quarterback. When he played, he was good.
He was alright.
Hey, he made that Jaguars team not garbage.
They won 1 game last year.
And then the year before, he was better than Nick Foles. Okay, and then Patriots are 8-4.
Yeah.
The Patriots are 8-4.
They're back.
I think they're literally 2nd in the AFC right now.
They are.
I mean, to be fair, this game is one of those games where the Patriots, they were supposed to win. The Titans, I mean, they're about to break the record for most players used in the season, and it's barely been halfway in a season. So against a team that you can pretty much call a literal practice squad, they won, like they should have. But,
yeah.
I mean, the Titans had 2 running backs have 100 yards, which, I mean, you say the Patriots won by a blowout, but this does not make the Patriots look that good when you let Dante Foreman and Dontrell Hillard look like star running backs. That's really bad.
I still think
that's bad.
The defense has never been a question for New England. It's always been, but now that the offensive questions are beginning to get answered, it's
the defense's questions.
It's not even that much.
I mean, aside from Matt Judon, you know what you're gonna get from him, and then J.C. Jackson, you know what you're gonna get, but everyone else is just. I mean, getting Dante Hightower back was supposed to fix the run blocking or the run defense, and it doesn't look like it has that much.
Panthers cornerback Dante Jackson will miss the rest of the season with a groin injury.
Oh my god. Thanks. I needed that information. I really did.
Talking about football.
I mean, hey, you know what? The Panthers, they still have. He's my favorite player on that defense, aside from me, probably Shaq Thompson. But I mean, hey, it's not like they have two other starting caliber cornerbacks on their bench or anything. I mean, they may only have C.J. Henderson, who was a top 10 pick, and Stephon Gilmore. But hey. Falcons, Jags, I mean, the only two things really to talk about, Cordero Patterson is still probably a top 5 running back in the league, even though he's not even really a running back. I mean, he's still wearing 84. Yeah. Matt Ryan, not that good. Trevor Lawrence, definitely not that good. James Robinson, pretty good. The Jags, not that good.
Pretty bad.
I mean, 21-14. I mean, bro, the Falcons scored a touchdown 3 quarters. Like, that's such a bland score. Okay, the Buccaneers, Colts. So that game, the Colts did choke, but at the same time, they did get that game-tying drive. It's just that the Buccaneers had a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
I mean, Leonard Fournette had a solid game. I mean, he had 130 combined yards with 4 touchdowns. I mean, that's almost as good as Jonathan Taylor last week, or as good. I mean, Gronk had 100 yards. I mean, the Buccaneers, whenever they're on, it seems like they always have, like, 2 of their, like, posse have a good game.
Whenever the Buccaneers are at their best, when they don't have to lean on Brady to, like, do something good.
Yeah, I will also say about this game, I think the Colts really blew it, because I remember looking at the stats, and it was, like, halftime, and I'm like, Jonathan Taylor's, like, 8 carries.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, like, he's literally, like, insane, because he had, like, I think it was, 2 weeks after Henry got hurt, he still had less total carries than Henry. It had, like, the same yards or something, like, insane. But, like, bro, he had 16 carries throughout the whole game for 80 yards. You'd say it's a bad game. He didn't get the ball for, like, half of it.
Yeah,
and guess what Carson Wentz did? He threw 2 interceptions. Like, the whole reason no one's been talking bad about Carson Wentz is because he hasn't been doing anything.
Yeah,
Don't make him do things.
He's not been extraordinarily great. He hasn't been extraordinarily horrible.
Extraordinarily horrible? Are you talking about one of the best tank bowls this year? The Jets, the 2-8 Jets versus the 2-8 Texans, resulting in a win for the Jets to move them to 3-8 and closer to a potential wild card spot. Why did they? Dude, Zach Wilson is so bad. He is so bad. I mean, I've only watched football for like 5 years, but bro, I've never seen a rookie quarterback that bad. I apologize to Dwayne Haskins for thinking he was a terrible rookie. And I apologize to Josh Rosen. Oh my God, Zach Wilson is like the most horrid quarterback I've seen. Dude, that shuttle pass he tried to do where he threw his running back's back.
So, that's like the most Jets play ever. Like, your quarterback's going out to scramble. He doesn't want to scramble. He wants to pass it. So he points at your running back.
Who's literally looking the wrong way.
Who's not. who sees him, and then as soon as he starts looking for as soon as Zach Wilson starts his shuffle, or his shuttle pass, or whatever they call it, he turns around. It bounces off of his back, gets a perfect roll over his shoulder, and lands, right in the Texans player hands.
I mean, oh my God, you can say the Jets won, but I mean, bro, the Jets, they squeaked by that one. I mean, Tyrod was below average. I mean, he didn't have that many yards, but he did have a 2-1 TD interception. David Johnson, who I still can't believe is on that team. Oh my God. And then Rex Burkhead. What a great running back carousel. I mean, honestly,
And they used to have Mark Ingram.
And Philip Lindsay.
Where's Philip Lindsay now?
He's with the Dolphins, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that Texans-Jets game, oh my God. And I will say, it also reminded everybody about that terrible rule where if a player's helmet is off, you have to call the play dead.
It's week 12.
Oh. Well, I think that the rule about the helmet being off is really stupid, because I didn't know that was a rule, because, it never happens. But, like, the fact that you have to call the play dead is so stupid, I think. You should be able to keep going. I mean, it's a hindrance to whoever doesn't have their helmet on because they can get literally, like, killed. Which I guess, concussions, I guess that's why.
I mean, I know, like, that the play in college football this weekend, or last weekend, where the guy's helmet came off and he still took it in. Like, it's a dangerous play. Like, I get the point of it, but...
College football. Just to spark something in there, can we just, like, quickly talk about, like, congratulations to Oklahoma's coach. As soon as he loses, he's gone. And Notre Dame's coach, you're literally 2 games away from being in the playoffs, and he leaves. Like, what a bunch of great coaches, dude. They're like NBA players. They're never going to stay.
If I was Lincoln Riley, though, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, so now he can lose every 3 games to SEC teams instead of, like, every year. I mean, like, it is great. I mean, you gotta love it. But go Bearcats. Okay, the Chargers, Broncos. I don't know what that game was. The Broncos won despite Bridgewater getting hurt and then Drew Lock playing like garbage.
And then Bridgewater coming back in.
I mean, Melvin Gordon was okay.
Defense,
so was like
that defense.
Williams, like
Pat Surtain got a pick 6. Like the defense just looked really good.
Javonte Williams had another great game. I mean, he had like a 50-50 game. I'm pretty sure it was like 30-50. But people have been trying to say that Justin Herbert might be like an elite quarterback. With a game like that, I mean, you can say he had 300 yards, but like 2 interceptions, 2 TDs, that's not that good.
Not yet.
I mean,
not yet.
Yeah, it was not it. I mean, he was the team's top rusher. That's not it. You don't like that. But yeah, I mean, the Broncos literally are just doing the bare minimum to be a legit playoff team. They're 6-5. They are above 500.
Are the Chargers even 500?
They're 6-5 too. That whole division, I think, legit. Let's see, the AFC West, legitimately, the Chiefs are 7-4. Every other team is 6-5. What a division. Okay, so what else do we have? We have the Vikings 49. Kirk Cousins lining up on this behind the guard.
Deebo Samuel had nothing receiving and 3 rushing touchdowns.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns with 66 yards at an 11 average. Brandon Ayuk had 90 receiving yards.
Talk about top 5 running backs: Deebo Samuel and
Cordell
Patterson.
Eli Mitchell. He had a great game.
Yeah, that dude's killing it.
I mean, he had over 150 yards. I mean, oh my God. I mean, Jimmy G is doing all he can to say he's the starting quarterback for the Niners. Will he be it next year? I doubt it, but
he won't be.
Who knows? The Vikings, I mean, you had Justin Jefferson, who had a great game. Dalvin Cook. Dare I say he might be joining the McCaffrey-Saquon tier, because if you don't remember, the first 2 years in the league, he was hurt all the time.
Been hurt.
And now we think he's out for the season, right? Or is he out for just a few weeks?
Out.
Because I think it was like unconfirmed, but probably this season.
I'm not sure if there's a timetable.
Yeah. The Rams, Packers, I mean, the Rams are just so weird, because, I mean, everyone's, like, hyping them up a ton. They kind of feel like the Lakers.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're just not living up to that, but the only difference is the Rams are actually, like, a good team. The Lakers just suck. But, I mean, Stafford, he had a decent game. I mean, in 21 completions, you had 300 yards. That's great. But then you say 17 incompletions. That's bad. I mean, Darrell Henderson was okay. Cooper Kupp and Van Jefferson and OBJ, for that matter, all were solid, which hate to see that, OBJ being good. You don't like that?
I like it.
Oh, my God. And then, I mean, the Packers, I mean, what was his name? Mr. Bad Toe? Joe Buck called him? Yeah, Mr. Bad Toe. I mean, he was good. A.J. Dillon was good. Aaron Jones did, like, nothing. Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb did a great game. I mean, it's just, Packers just won.
Yeah. No, Packers played good. I had their defense in fantasy.
The Browns-Ravens game. Oh, my God.
It was every time I looked over and watched it, Lamar was getting pressured. He'd run around, and like do something, and then look like it's about to be something crazy, and then it would be like an interception.
You know, the Browns, everyone thought they were done being the Browns. But remember, the Browns were, like, the only team to, like, lose multiple games when the other team had 5 turnovers. I don't know if the Ravens fumbled. I just know that the Ravens had 4 interceptions from Lamar, and they still won the game.
Yeah, no.
That's really bad. Like, that's really bad.
It was a really bad football game.
Dude, the second quarter might have been the worst quarter of football in a while.
Baker Mayfield might be the second best quarterback on the Browns. Case Keenum might be better.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry might be better, too.
I mean, bro, Baker's not been it. I mean, some people saying he's playing injured. So what?
Then don't start him.
I mean, Cam was playing injured, too, and guess what? The Panthers cut him a year later. So, like, all I know is Baker's not worth that first overall pick. And then Seahawks, Washington. I'll let you say what you say about Russell Wilson.
He is the most overrated quarterback in the league. Every year.
To be fair, he was the best running back on the team. He had 2 carries for 16 yards. That led the team in rushing.
They didn't have a first down in the second half until their last drive.
DK Metcalf, oof. Tyler Lockett's been the best receiver on that team this whole year, I think.
Yeah, but, like, if DK Metcalf's been open, Russell Wilson and Geno Smith haven't been.
Dude, I just love the fact that the Washington football team are, like, literally, like, half a game out of a playoff spot.
Yeah.
They legit could win the division if the Cowboys keep losing. I mean, Antonio Gibson had a great game. Terry McLaurin led the team in receiving. It doesn't matter how low, it always seems like he leads it. All right, so, yeah, that was Week 12. And then as for the Week 13 games, Cowboys-Saints, Thursday Night Football.
Cowboys
better win that.
I mean,
they
won't have any coaching, but
who?
The Cowboys.
Well, that's an advantage.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Cowboys. Colts, Texans, Colts. They're gonna rebound. Jonathan Taylor's gonna oh my god. Vikings, Lions, Vikings. Sorry, Detroit. You guys suck. You guys are going 0-16 again.
Yeah, Detroit's awful.
The Giants, Dolphins. I gotta go with the Dolphins. They're hot.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'll just pick the Giants just because. But
like your heart picks the Giants, but your brain knows the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's probably not.
Bucks, Falcons, Buccaneers.
Yeah, Bucks.
Though I can see them lose. That's a game they would lose.
Yeah,
the Eagles, Jets. Eagles. I want to say the Jets because it's funny, but dude, Zach Wilson is so bad.
I don't think anyone's gonna watch that game.
No. Well, Eagles fans are who want to see like Jalen Hurts get benched. Cardinals, Bears, Cardinals. I mean, dude, they've been winning. They're aren't they literally 2-1 without D-Hop and Kyler?
They're 2-0 with Colt McCoy.
No, 'cause they lost to the Panthers.
They're 2-1 with Colt McCoy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Chargers, Bengals. I could see that go either way.
I'm gonna go Bengals just because, like.
I agree with that because I feel like they know that this is their chance to strike. The Jags, Rams.
Oh, Jesus.
The Rams. Oh, my God. The football team, Raiders. Give me the football team.
I'll take the Raiders.
Oh, no. The Ravens, Steelers. Steelers are going to lose.
Ravens, yeah.
Dude, the Ravens are going to bone them. San Fran versus the Seahawks. Give me San Fran.
Yeah, San Fran.
They're going to be 500.
They're going to
somehow, some way. Broncos, Chiefs. Guess
Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs, and then.
No, the Broncos win. Oh my God, that would shake up everything. The Broncos win. Patriots, Bills. That's the game of the week.
That's definitely the game of the week.
I'm
gonna go Patriots.
I would go Bills, but losing Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
You lost quite arguably your best player.
Yeah.
Like quite arguably the best player on your team. I gotta go with Patriots. They're gonna win that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. So. This has been Troy and Alex, 2 Dudes in Football. See you next week.